There's more? I can't eat all this.
Don't sweat it, Chairman. Us young folks can handle this chow.
Oh, definitely. My stomach's a bottomless pit. Bon appetit.
Hell yeah!
We got so focused on our food that we forgot to actually discuss anything. Oh, it is damn good.
Yeah. But we have to get down to business. Guess I'm kicking us off. This is Kume-kun, leader of Bleach Japan's Yokohama branch. He's going to run for this district's representative seat in the next election. Now, what you gotta understand about this kid is he's just step one of Ryo Aoki's scheme to turn Ijincho into his personal political machine.
Xiao's correct. Kume is just one step. Aoki's other steps include a huge number of Bleach Japan candidates all over the country.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And the dam is broken. There's no stopping it now. Governor Aoki's too popular. There's no one who can stand up to him.
So you think Kume's win is a done deal, Chairman Hoshino?
Pretty much. Kume has Aoki's broad public adoration at his back. Throwing Aoki's fundraising and media savviness. Kume's got a very real shot at this.
I'd say so. He wants Ijincho so bad, it's gotten personal for him. Since it was Ogikubo's kingdom before, seizing it makes Aoki the new heir apparent. That's gotta be what he's thinking.
Yes. I'd venture to say that even if the Citizens' Liberal Party wins every other district, he won't be satisfied unless he wins this one. He's gonna throw everything he's got at this contest.
Definitely.
Well, I'm not gonna roll over and just take it. Anybody with me?
With you on what?
On taking this dude down a peg. I'm sick of getting our asses kicked.
We all are, but...
We can't just let him win. We need to do something. I mean, Bleach Japan is in bed with the Omi Alliance. Isn't that fucked up? It's, you know, hypocritical. They go around preaching about how gray zones need to go, acting like they're heroes or something. Meanwhile, they team up with gangsters to take over Japan, and everyone just claps for them?
Thing is, Kasuga, these gangsters have a governor on their side. They're untouchable.
Are you guys even hearing yourselves right now? What's gotten into you? The Ijin 3 used to protect the weak and vulnerable in this town. Granted, you did it by running a huge scam, so I'm not gonna give you too much credit. But after everything the city's given you, don't you feel like you owe something to it? Look, I know none of you guys did what you did just for the money. Ogikubo was the one raking in all the dirty riches. You guys wanted to stop a war from destroying this town. And if you don't stand up now, you're basically abandoning the Ijin 3's purpose. It's a disgrace.
You sure you want to finish that thought?
Yeah, dial it down, or I'll set you straight.
Well, I, for one, agree with him.
You do?
Everything you said is true. We all lived in the gray zones, and sure, that ain't something to be proud of. But at least we could be proud of putting food on the tables of our men and their families. You're with me on that, at least, right, Songwei? If we roll over, we will be throwing away everything we've ever worked for.
Zhao.
No, it's true. And remember, I left the Liumeng in your hands. I trusted you to consider what my men need. This is shaping up to be your first job as their new boss. Come on, Songwei.
Damn it. Fine.
Chairman Hoshino, you got any wisdom of your own to lend us?
Well, I do understand the need to be fair to the city. I'll help. And to think, I only came here for the food. Didn't expect to get roped into some noble last stand.
You know what they say. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
True that. Now let's go take care of Kume.
I have to admit, I will enjoy knocking that little punk off his pedestal. So what's a move?
Good question. We need to strike, but how?
Don't you think it's obvious?
No? What?
We need to ruin the young master's reputation.
Meaning?
We gotta make sure Kume loses the election.
How do you propose we do that?
That part I hadn't really figured out. But once we do, it'll be like kicking Aoki right in the face.
I don't see how it's feasible.
I mean, we could maim him. If he's too injured, he'd have to pull out of the race, and then...
You wanna kill him?
Well, only if he resists.
We can't do that. If he dies, they'll just replace him with some other tool. I'm sure they've got backup candidates waiting in the wings.
Hey, winning. That's how we do it. We just win it ourselves.
Huh?
We win the election with our own candidate. Put someone up who can get more votes than Kume. There's gotta be someone out there who can do it.
Yes, probably. But how do we figure out who this someone is? We're not political consultants.
Well, we should remember the votes for Kume aren't really for him in the first place. They're votes for Aoki.
Good point. Can you think of anyone who fits the bill, Chairman Hoshino?
Unfortunately, I can't say I do. Ogikubo was an incumbent here for many years, with no opponents who posed any real threat. The only people who ever ran against him just did so as a formality.
Hey, you seem to know a lot about it. Why don't you run?
Excuse me?
Yeah, people know who you are. You've got charisma.
No Yakuza's gonna win an election, even in the Jincho. And if he did, I'd consider the world doomed.
Seriously.
But I could try to recruit someone who would have a chance in the race.
That's a start.
I hope you're not expecting me to shoulder this burden alone, though.
What do you mean?
Elections cost money. A lot of money. If I find a candidate, who's footing the bill for the campaign?
I'll tell you right now, my people don't have a single yen to spare.
Right, so, how much is it exactly?
I'm willing to chip in some myself, but I'll need an additional 3 million yen cash just to register.
3 million? You need that much?
At a minimum. If you can't scrape that amount together, this plan is dead in the water.
I hate to say it, but he's right. Can you do it, Kasuga-kun?
I really want some new clothes. Maybe I'll splurge and buy some.
Aw, I like what you have on now, Sajan. That stuff not enough?
Oh, I really like this outfit, but nothing makes you feel more refreshed than a new look, right? Don't you ever feel that way, Nanchan?
Oh, sure. I get that. Whenever I want to change things up, I pick up some new cardboard and rebuild the house.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty refreshing.
I mean, technically, yes, but no, not at all.
Hmm? Hmm?
どちらまで行かれますか? それでは
This will be good practice. Right.
I got this!
I have secrets too. I'm not backing down. You sure you want to get hurt? Use some right now.
Let's go! Okay.
You're gonna get stomped.
Yo, Sachan.
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Listen to this.
What's up? Oh, is it about Nanoha?
Yeah. I worked up the courage to call her and asked if she'd been caught up with any bad guys lately.
And how'd that go?
Well...
Not good, huh? Gotta say, I wouldn't have started with the bad guys line.
I just couldn't find the right thing to say.
Yeah, I know it's hard. But all that matters is getting Nanoha away from that dirtbag.
I don't know. We'd been apart for so many years, I was probably way out of line to tell her to break up with her boyfriend. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even take my calls if she knew I'd been checking up on her this entire time. But at least she still doesn't realize I know about her being employed at a soap land. She can never find out, not ever. I'll pretend not to know for the rest of our lives if I have to. But how do I help her without letting on what I know? If I do nothing, Katsuragawa might bankrupt her and she'll end up right back at the soap land. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm freaking out!
Wish I could help. Well, how about some herbal tea?
Herbal tea? I need a drink! Something to numb all this anxiety!
Numbing your feelings ain't gonna do shit. What you need right now is to clear your mind and think up a solution. And herbal tea usually helps people clear their mind, right? Jasmine tea especially. Takes the stress right out of you.
Why do you, of all people, know about herbal tea?
I gotta admit, that's just something I read in a magazine once.
Well, it does sound nice.
Yeah? Wanna order some?
No, that's okay. I think I'm pretty calm now. Okay, what else can we do? There has to be something.
Well, if you really don't think we can convince Nanoha to dump him, I don't know. Wait, we've been looking at this all wrong. We need to get Katsuragawa to stay away from Nanoha, not the other way around.
How are you gonna do that? Beat him up and run him out of town?
If he were the kind of guy to give up just like that, sure. But he probably isn't. Especially now that he knows Nanoha's willing to be his piggy bank. If we screw this up, he might even take her with him when he bails.
I can't let that happen.
I think what we gotta do is crush his pride. Like, get Nanoha to break up with him without shedding a single tear. As if he's nothing to her.
And how do we do that?
It's so obvious, Sachan. Haven't you caught on yet?
To what?
You pretend to be Nanoha and break up with him. Use the twin angle to your advantage. Yeah. March in and tell Katsuragawa you never want to see him again. I'll stand there and look intimidating while you give him the boot. That'll have him running.
I see. That might actually work.
Let's do it. All we need is to find out where Katsuragawa's hanging out. Your employees could probably do that, right?
No problem. I'll tell the girls to start looking for him right away.
Great. We wait for their word, and we move in for the kill. It'll go fine. I'll be right there with you to make sure he doesn't give you trouble.
It's a date. Good thinking today, Ichiban. I'll go tell the girls to start asking around.
She and her sister are a handful. And it feels like we're finally gonna wrap this up. You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban. I'm glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry. For lying.
You mean about chasing the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then, what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man, I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it, it's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her?
Are you kidding me? She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
Come on, man. You know as well as I do, age is only a number. What you need, my friend, is passion. A healthy heart, you know?
Huh. I'd be more likely to have a heart attack thinking like that.
Dude, I'm sure you were crazy passionate about the job back when you got hired.
Maybe I was. Still don't see her point. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
Well, that's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual, so I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open, and Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go in there.
Then what was she doing?
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could, but a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family. I mean, yeah, she was breaking the law, but she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Huh. Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time. So I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose, so he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her. Now, how could that happen to someone so young? And on the other hand, you've got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here. Care to bring me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk. Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Namba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
Why don't we all play some cards sometime?
Where's this coming from?
The bartender said we could use one of the rooms here. I figured it'd be fun to laze around and play a game or something.
Well, the second floor is a lot more, homey than that fancy first floor, so...
So what do we play? Sevens?
No way. It's gotta be President. It's more exciting with more people.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I was playing that every night with the boys back at the camp, so I'm pretty good.
I used to play it with my buddies on the force. Think I'm gonna let you guys win?
I was the best player in the Komijo.
So, can we cut the 8?
What about the 11 back?
7 handoff?
What do you mean by 7 handoff? What about stairs?
Man, they're getting pretty worked up about this.
You know, all these local house rules are just a pain in the butt. Let's just play Old Maid. I got this. I'm not backing down. I'll show you. Here we go. This out. Sure you want to get hurt?
Come on.
You're gonna get stoned.
Check this out!
This'll be good practice. Right.
Let's go!
You're gonna be in a whirlwind too.
Wanna fight?
Right. Try this on your side. You sure you can beat me? Better feel this one.
Yeah!
You're gonna get stoned. Okay.
Okay. Good food! Mission apparel.
I got this.
You're
I'm
in
not
it
backing
now.
down. I'll show you. You wouldn't underestimate me.
Come on now! Let's do it. Let's
Here
go!
we go.
The enemy is defeated!
I'm not big on bullying, but... Right.
You're in it now!
I have secrets too.
Get serious.
In a world of hurt. Right. You sure you can beat me? This out.
Wanna fight? Let's go! Yeah. Good fight!
Oh.
Let's get down to business. We got a job to do.
Let's make that again. That's not right.
Still make it rain. Here's where the business did.
These are incredible
You guys
results.
did great out there. Things are going up.
Next meeting is coming up soon. Big girl Natawa. Ureshi. Gambaru wa.
You sure know how to treat your elders. There's always room to grow.
さらなる高みを目指します。学びの多い研修でした。光栄です、社長。いいカリキュラムでしたね。
よろしくお願いします。勉強になりました。ありがとうございます。スキルアップしましたよ。嬉しいです。勉強になりました。スキルアップしましたよ。ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
We got a job to do.
That's not right. ラッキー。
ラッキーでしたね。
That's not right.
ああ、ダメだダメだ。
うまくいきました。 Still make it rain.
Here's where the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Shares are going up. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up. The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
クライアントを守っています。そう考えてみて。聞いてくれますか？高い志は持ってきなさい。できなくてね。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, the meeting went great. Shares are skyrocketing. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
Makasete ちょうだい。
私にお任せください。
頑張るぜ。はいよ。
お任せください。
ありがとね、社長。スキルアップした感じ。嬉しい。頑張るわ。勉強になったわ。 がとね社長。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。くそ。計算が。
いいわね。
いいね。うまくいきました。
やったー。
Still make it rain. Here's how the business did. These are incredible
You guys
results.
did great out there. Things are going up. We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。
pretty
ラッキー
lucky.
でしたね。お、いいね。お、うまくいきました。
やったー。
Still make it rain. Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. Things are going up. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
Oh, わかった。おう、任せとけ。はいよ。またな。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。ああ、ダメだダメだ。いいね。
いいわね。
That's not
ラ
right.
ッキー。
Pretty lucky.
うまくいきました。うまくいったな。
Still make it rain. Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
実力アップ。勉強になった。ますます頑張るぜ社長。実力アップ。嬉しいね。勉強になった。ますます頑張るぜ社長。We got a job to do.
Let's get that game. That's not right.
ついてないな。ラッキーでしたね。
That's not right.
うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. That's what
Our
I'm talking
ranking went
about.
up. The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Refresh リフレッシュ完了。疲れが取れた気がします。さらなる高みを目指します。
元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。
疲労回復。Such a thoughtful young man.
元気100倍だ。嬉しいね。実力アップ。ますます頑張るぜ社長。 Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand if you have a question. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
今の結果に甘んじてませんか。
質問はありません。
If you have any
Very
questions,
good.
this is the time to ask. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
が甘すぎんだよ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration. The meeting went great. Things are skyrocketing. That's the good shit.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
That's pretty lucky!
ラッキーでしたね。ラッキーでしたね。
いいわね。
ラッキーでしたね。
来ました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
I think you're husband material.
We got a job to do.
Let's make that pretty lucky! 悪いわね。
ラッキーでしたね。
いいわね。
ラッキーでしたね。
来ました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. We got a job to do.
Lucky でしたね。
ラッキー。うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. Things are going up. That's what
Our
I'm
ranking
talking
went
about.
up. The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Let's make that again.
いいね。いいね。
いいわね。
うまくいきました。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
役に立ってみせますよ。
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Sorry, 元気100倍だ。
また頑張らなきゃね。疲れが和らぎました。
リフレッシュ完了です。疲れが取れた気がします。
疲れが取れたぜ。
That is refreshing.
元気100倍だ。
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga?
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand if you have a question. Please raise your hand if you have a question. If you have any questions, please raise your hand if you have a question.
高い志は持っていますか？会社をもっと大きくできますか？納得できましたね。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
はままごとじゃねえぞ。この程度と失望したな。理想のレベルが低すぎるぞ。
Please raise your hand if you have a question. Please raise your hand if you have.
はままごとじゃねえぞ。株主を甘く見てるだろ。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, the meeting went great. Things are skyrocketing. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
Let's make that game. Lucky. いいわね。
計算が来る。ああ、ダメだダメだ。
うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. Let's keep it up.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
歩踏むか。ラッキーでしたね。ラッキーでしたね。ダメだダメだ。ラッキーでしたね。うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice.
incredible
You guys did
results.
great out there. We're going up. We got a job to do.
Let's make that yen. Pretty lucky.
ラッキーでした。ラッキーでした。ラッキーでしたね。いいね。
Pretty
うまくい
lucky.
きました。うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. We're going up. That's the
Our
good shit.
ranking went up. The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
ますます頑張るぜ社長。学びの多い研究でした。いいカリキュラムでしたね。さらなる高みを目指します。実力は嬉しいね。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that yen. That's not right.
いいね。うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. We're going up.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
会社の信用は失墜しています。
なあ聞いてくれ。なあ聞いてくれ。
聞いてくれ。ここまでにしとくわ。
Please raise your hand if you have a question. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
高い志を持っていますか？コンプライアンスを守っていますか？会社をもっと大きく。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
経営に思います。うまくいっているのですか？みんな心配してます。もっと上を目指すべきだな。
Questions, this is the time to ask. If you have any questions, this is... Let me say my piece. Let me say my piece. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
心配してます。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
The meeting went great! Shares are skyrocketing! Keep it up!
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
うまくできるかな。
レディーラッキー。
ラッキーでしたね。
レディーラッキー。
いいね。うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it wait.
Here's how the business did. These are
You guys did
incredible
great out
results.
there.
End 縁がありましたらまた。元気が出ました。リフレッシュ完了です。
疲労回復。
元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。やってやるよ。ああ、わかった。勉強になったよ。ますます頑張るぜ、社長。
We got a job to do.
始めますよ。
ついてない。
いいわね。
ラッキーでしたね。ラッキーでしたね。いいね。
うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there.
Such a thoughtful young man. That is refreshing. Such a thoughtful young man.
We got a job to do.
Let's make that pretty lucky.
ラッキーでしたね。いいね。
Pretty lucky.
うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
元気100倍だ。疲れが取れた気がします。リフレッシュ完了です。疲れが取れたぜ。
また頑張らなきゃね。
元気100倍だ。
疲れが和らぎました。
We got a job to do.
さあ、
始めるか。
始めますよ。
いいね。ダメだダメだ。
Pretty
いいね。
lucky.
ラッキー
うまくい
いいね。
きました。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. Got it. Let's get down to business.
That is refreshing.
Consider the shareholders handled. We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
大荒れの総会にしてやるぜ。
無能な経営陣が退陣しやがれ。Say my
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
首どころだらけだな。
私の意見を聞いてくれますか。
そうしようか。
If you have any questions, questions, this is the time to ask.
クライアントを守ってます
出てくれ。
会社をもっと大きくできますか？納得できましたよ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration! Everybody, thank you!
The meeting went great! Sales are skyrocketing! That's what I'm talking about!
Our ranking went up.
Okay.
Excuse me.
はい。了解しました。あ。
はい。
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Hmm? Hmm.
Oh? What's wrong, Kasuga-san? You don't look too happy.
Yeah, you okay? I've heard of a punch perm, but that thing's ridiculous.
My hair's always been like this. Oh, and I got some new conditions from Nick.
Is that right? So, what are they?
Top 20 in the share price ranking. And he wants us to move the HQ.
Huh?
What?
Move? So, that would mean we have to take all our stuff to some fancy new...
That about sums it up, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sure you don't wanna. I kinda just agreed. There's no point in making our company bigger than it needs to be. What's important is to keep Ichiban Confections the way it is. Making you guys move was selfish of me. Sorry, I should have asked. I'll go talk with Nick. We won't be needing any more investments. Ichiban Confection's gonna stay right here. We'll focus on protecting the original...
Yeah!
Whoa!
Huh?
Moving is gonna be amazing! Finally! A clean, newly built building is just what we need!
This is great! And it just so happens there's a property I've secretly had my eye. It's a high-rise office building near the station. How about we try there?
Hey, hold up a sec. You sure about this?
Of course we do. We were a pretty big company before we got duped and had everything taken from us. This move is the first step to making our glorious return.
Okay then, I guess that's...
That's right. And while we're at it, why don't we...
The name?
We're doing a lot more than just sweets now. If we stay Ichiban Confections, it might make us sound like we're neglecting our other businesses.
True. If we're known as nothing but a confectionery, who knows what opportunities we might miss out on?
Yeah.
What about Ichiban Holdings? How does that sound? Companies that deal in more than one line of business often refer to themselves as so-and-so holding.
Ichiban Holdings, huh? Sounds pretty amazing. I'm cool with that. What about you, Granny?
That's fine by me. I'm a sucker for capitalism.
How about you, Omelet? Cool then, that's that. We're moving on up and changing the name to Ichiban Holdings.
Great. Ichiban Holdings. Yes. It's very fitting, if I do say so myself.
Okay, that just leaves finding a new place.
Oh, we'll handle that. Just leave it to us.
Huh? Are you sure?
Definitely. You haven't been in town all that long, Kasuga-san. And I'd like to think that we know this place a little bit better than you.
Just leave it to us. We'll find the best place possible.
Wait, really?
Yes, seriously. Leave it to us. We'll find a nice, cost-effective property.
Okay. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Welcome to Ichiban Holdings.
Wow. This new building is great. And look at all the office buildings. What a view.
What a view indeed. I dare say it's added another 10 years to my life. Isn't that great, Omelet?
Yeah, we kind of made it big overnight, didn't we? Still, this building... I'm guessing it set us back a bit. Come on, quit hiding behind those smiles. How much was it? It was expensive, wasn't it?
Nope, nah, perfectly affordable. Isn't that right, Granny?
That's right. Not expensive at all. Dirt cheap. Nothing you need to worry about, boyfriend.
Oh, I just remembered. We have some business to attend to. If you'll excuse us.
What's this? 10 billion?
The dig is up.
You two... I thought we were going for cost effective. That's what you said, right? Right?
Well, we, you know,
I'm real sorry. That was the original plan, but we got kinda greedy. Still, everybody's got their weaknesses, right? Nothing we can do about it now.
There were a lot of add-ons that we thought were necessary, and we ended up at the 10 billion mark.
Ended up at... You gotta be kidding me! Man, we still have to get into the top 20, too. This is gonna be rough.
Well, that's okay. We're bound to open ourselves up to doing more business, thanks to our move and all these big upgrades. We'll be fine. We can make it all back in no time.
That's right. It's just an upfront investment. What's done is done. Right?
Yeah, right. Oh well. Whatever you want to call it. I admit that I like the new building. Go big or go home, right? We're gonna rake it in and make this company so damn big, even this building won't be enough.
See? That's the right attitude, Kasuga-san. I'll be giving it...
Happy to hear it. Where smiles are #1!
To
Ichiban
Ichiban
Holdings! Let's get down to business. All right, bring it in. Does this change your mind? Then it's settled. We have a deal.
長。
勉強になったよ。実力アップ。嬉しいね。勉強になったよ。ますます頑張るぜ社長。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。嬉しいね。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。ますます頑張るぜ社長。
勉強になったわ。スキルアップした感じ。勉強になったわ。嬉しい。頑張るわ。スキルアップした感じ。勉強になったわ。
おう任せとけ。
俺に任せてくれ。
お任せください。おう分かった。
よろしくお願いします。スキルアップしましたよ。勉強になりました。嬉しいです。スキルアップしましたよ。ありがとうございます。勉強になりました。嬉しいです。スキルアップしましたよ。勉強になりました。スキルアップしましたよ。勉強になりました。ありがとうございます。スキルアップしましたよ。嬉しいです。勉強になりました。
勉強になったわ。スキルアップした感じ。ありがとね社長。勉強になったわ。
いいカリキュラムでしたね。さらなる高みを目指します。学びの多い研修でした。光栄です社長。いいカリキュラムでしたね。さらなる高みを目指します。学びの多い研修でした。いいカリキュラムでしたね。学びの多い研修でした。いいカリキュラムでしたね。
スキルアップした感じ。勉強になったわ。 になったわ。
実力は嬉しいね。実力アップ。勉強になったよ。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。今日はついてるな。今日はついてるな。
計算が
いいね。ざっとこんなもんだね。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。
いいね、いいね。いいね。
That's not
ダメ
right.
だ、ダメだ。いい
うまくい
ね。
きました。
Not right.
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. That's what I'm
Our
talking
ranking went
about.
up.
Ka しこまりました。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。ラッキー。今日はついてるな。くそ。
いいね。
そうじゃないな。
うまくいったな。
ざっとこんなもんだ。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
That's not right.
いいね。
いいねいいねいいわねうまくいきましたうまくいったなざっとこんなもんだな
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
Great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
Let me say my
Please raise your hand if you have a question. Please raise your hand if you have a question. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Please raise your hand if you have a question. That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, this calls for a celebration. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. The meeting went great. Shares are skyrocketing. That's what I'm talking about.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
Let's dig again.
今日はついてるなラッキー
いいね。いいわね。うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
ざっとこんなもんだ。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice.
incredible
You guys did
results.
great out there. They're going up.
Good いい気分転換になったぜ。リフレッシュしたぜ。元気が出ました。疲れが和らぎました。元気が出ました。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。
pretty lucky.
いいね。
ついてないな。うまくいきました。ざっとこんなもんだ。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. They're going up.
Such a thoughtful young man.
疲れが取れた気がします。リフレッシュ完了です。
元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that game pretty
つい
lucky.
てないな。ラッキーでしたね。ついて
That's
な
not
い。
いい
right.
ね。
うまくいきました。
うまくいったな。
ざっとこんなもんだ。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
Nice.
results.
You guys did great out there. They're going up.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。元気100倍だ。元気100。疲れが取れたぜ。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that
始めますよ。
超ラッキー。
ラッキーでしたね。
いいわね。
いいね。
いいわね。
ついてないな。
うまくいったな。
ざっとこんなもんだ。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. Let's keep it
Our
up.
ranking went up. The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Ayo. 元気100倍だ。
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time.
その経営陣は交代しろや。
考えてやる。聞いてくれ。
言うことはねえよ。はい。
If you have any questions,
Aye.
this is the time to ask.
私がやった方が私の意見ここまでにしとくわ。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
聞いてくれますか。
そんな経営陣はできません。この決算は絶望的なニュースです。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
経営陣を刷新するべきです。全く救いのない状態ですよ。経営陣を刷新するべきです。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
株主の皆さん、
考えてみろよ。
経営陣にノー。ここから落ちていくだけだろ。うるせえ。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Please raise your hand.
こんな経営陣できません。ちょっと考えてみろよ。確かに。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
改善は無理でしょう。全く救いのない状態ですよ。経営陣を刷新するべきです。もう改善は無理です。計画性がないのも致命的です。できましたよ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, the meeting went great. Shares are skyrocketing. That's the good shit.
Our ranking went up.
We got a job to do.
Let's get
始めますよ。ついてないな。
いいね。
ラッキー。
いいね。
ラッキーでしたね。
超ラッキー。
うまくいったな。
ざっとこんなもんだな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up. That's what
Our
I'm
ranking
talking
went up.
about.
やってやるよ。おう、分かった。わかりました。
いいわよ。
おう、任せとけ。はいよ。
了解しました。
私頑張るわ。
We got a job to do.
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
いい気分転換になったぜ。リフレッシュしたぜ。疲れが和らぎます。元気が出ました。
元気になっちゃう。疲れが取れたわ。
疲れが取れた気がします。
We got a job to do.
Oh, いいね。
Pretty
今日は
lucky.
ついてるな。
いいね。
満足いただけたかしら。
うまくいったな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
coming up soon.
また頑張らなきゃね。疲労回復。
リフレッシュ完了です。疲れがリフレッシュ完了です。
We got a job to do.
俺の実力。
超ラッキー。
Pretty lucky。
ラッキーでしたね。
満足いただけたかしら。
ざっとこんなもんだな。
Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
Great out
results.
there. Things are going up.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
That was refreshing.
疲れが取れたぜ。元気100倍だ。疲れが取れたぜ。 有意義な会にしてやるさ。
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President,
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand if you have a question. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
このどん底から復活は無理だ。
なあ、聞いてくれ。
経営陣は充実が見えてない。無能な経営者は。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
みんなお前の顔を見たくないってよ。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
もっとグローバルに見ていただかないと。会社の魅力をもっと高めないと。納得。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
この惨状はドン引きした。
なあ、聞いてくれ。
お笑いだったね。
If you have any questions, this is the time.
この経営者は信頼に値しない。
Please raise your hand if you have a question. That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
I'm really sorry about how things are going. I'm sure we can turn this around. Everything is professional. Someone help me! I'm exhausted. Shares went down. We'll just have to make up for it.
Our ranking dropped.